I nearly doubled my guitar speed in just 6 months. And not by practicing longer either, but by flipping everything I thought I knew about developing speed on its head. If you've hit a wall with your speed, I'm going to show you exactly what changed everything for me and how you can start applying it today. Now, I've put off making this video for a long time because this is not just one simple tip. There are several key things you need to understand first, and I had to learn them all the hard way. I'm going to give you the full system in this video, but if I just gave you the missing piece right now, you wouldn't understand why it works, so you wouldn't approach it in the way that you need to, so you wouldn't get the results. So I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know, and then I'm going to show you exactly how to use it. First, let's get one thing straight. Before you can play fast, you need to be able to pick fast. Until your picking hand can keep up, you will always hit a ceiling with your speed. When you're shredding, you're still speed picking. You're just also changing notes on every subbeat. Underneath all of that is this. If you can't pick it, you can't play it. So everything I'm about to show you depends on developing that skill first. Now, let's clear up a misconception that I know you've heard that's probably holding you back. Speed isn't just about showing off. It's about having options. Because when the tempo is way up there and you can't keep up, you run out of creative choices. You can't serve the song if you can't even function in the song. And sometimes playing slow really actually clashes with the music if everything else is going fast. So speed isn't just about cramming more notes in, it's about maintaining control and still having access to a good portion of your vocabulary even when everything else is moving fast. Because when you can't keep up, you lose most of that. And one more thing, and this is the brutal truth, when you can shred cleanly with control, people just take you more seriously as a musician. And when you can't, they don't. And sometimes that even includes your own bandmates. I've experienced that firsthand, both the good side and the bad side of that. Now let's talk about the bad advice that everybody says that's probably wasted your time up to now. Just start slow and then speed up. You've heard it 1,000 times. But if you follow that advice blindly, what you really get is comfortable playing really sloppy. Because what lives up there at your highest speed is your absolute worst playing. And when that's what you're working up to, you're really just conditioning yourself to be proud of just reaching a speed without fully appreciating how control went right out the window a bit back there. And that's why so many players just never break through and keep plateauing, sometimes even for years, even decades. Seriously, decades. Don't let that be you. So if start slow and speed up doesn't work, what does? What's the missing piece that builds speed but with control? It took me almost 2 years to find it, but once I did, my speed skyrocketed in 6 months. And not just my speed, my coordination, my timing, my rhythmic awareness, my vocabulary, not to mention my confidence, all leveled up. I transformed as a player in 6 months because of this. Because once I understood how speed actually works, everything changed. And here it is. The reason start slow and speed up doesn't work is because it leaves out the most important step. Yes, you do start slow. And yes, you do gradually increase the tempo in small increments, usually 5 to 10 BPM at a time. And yes, you do proceed faster and faster until your technique completely falls apart. But you don't stop there. That's not the goal. You're just finding your limits. That's your absolute sloppiest playing up there. You're not working up to that. No, once you reach that point, you need to slow it back down again. Again, gradually, back down into the control zone. Somewhere down in the middle, where we might call it tiring speed, where you actually feel your muscles burn a little. But more importantly, where your technique is intact and you can regain control and hold it together with what you were trying to play before. That tiring speed is your muscles developing. That's the speed where your coordination locks in and your control sharpens. That's the speed you want to finish on because that's where the real progress happens. That full process I call the 3 speeds strategy, and it's one of the main ways that I practice whether I want to build speed or simply just tighten up my playing. And once I started practicing like this, I went from struggling to play 16th notes at 120 BPM, in other words 480 notes per minute, to 780 notes per minute with full control. Now, if you want the tools to practice like this yourself, I've built a full speed training system with optimized practice tools, sequences, workouts, you name it. It's all inside the Shred Mentor Patreon. Check out the link in the description. But speed is just one part of great guitar playing. If you want to avoid the 8 biggest mistakes that silently kill your progress, watch this next.